Good evening, students and parents. Hope you're doing well. This is art. This is for Valentine's. This is a Mobius loop, and it creates intersecting circles, intersecting loops. It starts out basically with a cylinder and then goes into a little bit more complicated features, and it becomes a little bit more difficult to construct. So watch the video carefully, stop it in sections while you work before you go on to the next step. Have a good time. Happy Valentine's Day. So this is a fun little piece of artwork. All art has some type of math applying to it. We're going to make a cylinder and practice with a cylinder. And then we're going to make two Mobius loops. And you're going to be surprised at the outcome of, I think, both these. So you're going to need some strips of paper. These are 2 inches wide, a pair of scissors, and some tape. I supplied some strips of paper. If you need more, you're going to have to cut them 2 inches wide, just regular printer paper. So let's go ahead and make a cylinder. I think everybody's familiar with how to make a cylinder. We're just going to fold 2 sides over, and then we're going to tape them. Now, you've done this in all kinds of grades where you take the cylinders and you connect them this way. We're going to take 2 cylinders. Well, about the same size, same circumference. Okay, so there's our 2 cylinders. Now we're going to turn one on its side like this, and we're going to tape it on the inside along here. Okay, and then we'll tape this one on the inside along here. So we're going to tape them both to each other. It's a little bit difficult. Grab a long enough piece of tape. And I think this side might be the easiest. And tape it on in there. Now you want them to be perpendicular to each other. That's not bad, that's pretty good. Okay, and then you're going to tape this one in here too. So tape on the inside of both of them. Almost sit up. So I've taped on the inside here, and I've taped on the inside there. Now, we're going to take our scissors, and we're going to cut them. Well, the best thing to do is just cut a little slot, like that. Try and get it in the middle of the paper. And we're just going to cut all the way around, right through that loop that we have taped. Try and cut through the tape, that'll help to keep it together. Okay, and then when you come out the other side, you're going to have to switch around because you can't go through the loop with your scissors. Then try and cut it so you connect the cuts. There you go. And you should have like, I don't know, 2 Mickey Mouse ears maybe? Some headphones. Now we're going to cut this one. So we want the width of the tape to be the same. So I'm going to cut right down the middle. Like so. And what you'll magically find is you've just made a square. Is that not pretty crazy or not? Look at that. You made a square out of 2 circles. So now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to make it out of a Mobius loop. A little bit more complicated. So set your square aside. Get your strips in front of you. Now, instead of connecting the sides of your cylinder like that, okay, a Mobius loop twists the paper once and connects it. It's a little bit harder to hold on to the paper because it has this twist in it and it wants to come apart. But try and keep the sides nice and even and put your tape on it. If you have too much tape, just fold it over. So this is what a Mobius looks like. It's a circle or a cylinder that comes in on itself. So the outside comes into the center of it. Now we're going to make a second one. Now what's important about the second one is that we make a mirror image of this one. A mirror image is not exactly the same image. When you look in the mirror, you aren't seeing yourself. You're seeing a mirror image of yourself. Everything's on the opposite side. So this Mobius loop has to be, okay, you make your cylinder. I'm going to twist it the opposite direction. So, you see how it looks like ears? It's going the opposite way. I'll do the same thing. I'm going to try and make them the same size as best I can. Get my piece of tape. My extra tape I'm just folding underneath. Okay. So now I don't have two that are exactly the same, hopefully. I have two that are mirror images of each other. This one looks like a left hand and this one looks like a right hand. Now this is a little bit difficult. Take a part that's kind of wide, doesn't matter where, and we're going to do the same thing we did with our cylinders. We're going to try and line these up. Again, because they have a fold in them, they're going to kind of fight you. Line these up. Might take a little bit more tape. You're going to try and tape them in the center. Okay. Once I have that one taped down, I'm going to tape the other side down. That's the only way I think this will work. Because trying to have one long piece of tape is just too difficult. So there's that side. Now I'm going to do this other side. Uh-oh, looks like I'm running out of tape. So the test side, that's fighting me so bad. And this side over here. That side's going to be hard. So see I have this loose side over here? I want all my sides taped down. There, so now I have all my sides taped down, like I did for my cylinders. It looks a little odd. Doesn't look like it's going to come out to be anything. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Take one of your loops, I'll take this one. Make a little incision on the side of it. Okay, hopefully in the middle. Okay. And then cut along, so you're cutting that one. And you go right through the second, and you're trying to keep it in the middle of the paper as best you can. Again, I can't go too far through here because that loop gets in the way. So I'm going to go to the opposite side. Oh, I did a terrible job with that. And you're going to cut through the opposite side until you cut all the way through. So one of the Mobius loops have been cut through. Okay, I hope this is going to work because this doesn't look like much of anything just yet, but we'll see. Here's my second Mobius loop. And cut through it. For some reason, this one seems a little bit easier. Well, I got through that side pretty easy. Now, if we unravel this, we should have Wow, it almost worked. Maybe it goes this way. There we go. Do you see it? We have two Valentine's hearts inside each other. This is not an easy exercise. It may take you a couple tries. Okay. But stick with it, and this will be a great Valentine's gift for someone. They'll wonder how in the heck you got these two hearts inside each other. Have a great Valentine's.